welcome to Real Food Live. Thanks for joining us. Tonight we are cooking, we're continuing the Indian theme, and we're going to cook aloo curry, which is kind of like a potato stew. And also we're going to make some naan bread, which is exciting. So I'm going to get started by washing my hands. Alright, so I'm going to start off by listing all of the ingredients that we need today. So, while I put on my gloves. So for the aloo curry, or the stew, you're going to need potatoes and olive oil or any other kind of oil. The recipe says ghee, or Ghee. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. But for to be vegan, we're gonna use olive oil. And then we're gonna need some cumin seeds and mustard seeds, which I got from the Asian market here in town. And we're also going to use, and once again, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but amchur powder, and it is dry mango powder, which is exciting. I've never had it before, so we're trying something new today. And also a chili, so I've got one. I am not quite going to be quite as spicy as we were last week. And salt and pepper and coriander, and let me check on the other spices. Turmeric, paprika, and cayenne. And then you also need some water to add into the stew. For the gluten-free naan bread, you're going to want gluten-free flour. And you're also going to want a type of yogurt, and you can choose whatever, but in order to be vegan, I have some dairy-free yogurt that's made with almond milk. So have some of that, and then also a little bit of olive oil, just a tablespoon, and some salt, and then we'll top it off with some coriander and parsley. So that's all we need tonight. It's a pretty low-key night, which means this dish will be good if you're looking for a meal on a budget, or if you're just looking to use up some potatoes or something that you have in your house. So pretty easy going. So we are going to start with the potatoes, and we are just going to make a slit in them. Whoa! Almost dropped potatoes. And then we will set them aside once we slit them. And you can peel them if you would like, but I'm just going to go for it because I don't mind potato skins, so we're just going to see how it goes. So someone donated these potatoes, so shout out to whoever that was. I don't actually know. Our anonymous donor. All right, let me get all these out. And we're just using like the regular little potatoes. So that's all we're good. Alright. How is everyone doing? How's your week going? I know this week has been kind of fast, but also slow at the same time. So on Tuesday, I was leaving my class, and I was so confident that it was the end of the week that I was like, have a good weekend. And my entire class was like, it's Tuesday. And I was like, that's upsetting, because I really thought we were done with the week. But it was just getting started. So I'm actually going to use a smaller knife because I don't want to slice the potatoes all the way through. And we're just going to make a slit in them. And then later, once we've like cooked the potatoes, then we're gonna mash them up. So that's why we're not like chopping them into small pieces or anything, because we just need like a slit. I don't really know if you can see that, but just a slice. Just a slice. Ooh, almost cut that one clean through. That was my bad. So tell me, what has your high of the week been? Anything good happen? Anything exciting? I know we've had really good weather this week, which I've been trying to enjoy because it's supposed to rain soon. Today on my drive I saw a herd of buffalo, so that was probably my most exciting event of the week, was seeing some buffalo. It was a very home on the range moment. Okay. So now that I've got a nice slice in all of the potatoes, I'm just gonna leave them right there. And I'm going to get some oil heating up in the pot. So I'm just gonna put probably like a tablespoon, but also like eyeball it. Okay, so I have the oil heating on about medium heat, and I'm going to add the cumin seeds and the mustard seeds and the chili. So last week I saw Salmia cut this like this, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. Also, last week after eating the meal, it was so good, but I like needed a glass of milk because I thought it was really spicy. Gracie, one more week until spring break. That is so exciting. I'm definitely feeling the loss of spring break, but we will make it. We will make it. Are buffalo kin to bison? I think they're this, like, I think we use the names interchangeably. So yes, I think we use the two different names for the same animal. But I also think that in North America we say bison, like that's the technical term. I'm not sure. Someone can fact check me on that. I'm not the expert on that. But I think you're picturing the right animal if you say either buffalo or bison. Let's see. What am I doing? Home on the range. Okay. What? Okay. We want only one. I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons actually. Gonna break the rule. Okay. So this says about 1 teaspoon of the seeds. But because we're probably doubling the recipe, so I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of each of the seeds. Let's see if I can open them. But, so I'm adding the mustard seeds first. Which, side note, I've never seen a mustard seed before, I've heard them, like growing up in church, you hear the phrase mustard seed a lot, but no one shows you them. So now I have seen the mustard seed, and that's exciting. Okay, I just feel like I'm gonna make a mess when I open this. Woo! It's like popping. The mustard seeds are popping. Okay. Oh, give me a hum. Okay. Wow, they are like sizzling. Hey there, buds. I'm gonna turn it down. All right, so just to keep you updated, we have 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds and 1 teaspoon of the cumin seeds, and they are cooking in there. And now we're going to add our little pieces of chili. Okay, and next we're going to add the rest of the ingredients for the curry, which will be 2 cups of water. What did I do with the cup? And we're going to add our seasoning, so a little bit of salt. This is not what I want. Here we go. And a little bit of turmeric. And a little bit of the dry mango powder. We're gonna do a teaspoon of that. And some paprika, black pepper, and cayenne. And now we are ready to add the potatoes. I'm actually going to add about half a cup more water just to make sure that there's enough to cook the potatoes. All right. Now that's good. I'm gonna let that cook, and I've got it on medium heat. I'm gonna leave it for about 15 minutes, and then we'll flip the potatoes over and add some more water. So while that is cooking, I don't think I'm crazy. The thing said that you could use whole potatoes. We're gonna mash them anyways, so I would just leave them be. All right. For the naan bread, we need a mixing bowl, and we want, let's do, okay. Let me get, I don't know. I spilled a little bit. And I will sweep that up later. Let me grab the scissors like I was meaning to do. Also 6:53, 15 minutes. Okay, 7:05. We'll go with that. All right. Okay. I'm gonna start with 2 cups of gluten-free flour. Oops, a little extra. Alright, that's 1. And, ooh, excuse me. That's 2. Alright. And then we are going to add the yogurt. And I'm going to use this whole container, which is about 16 ounces. Okay. Just gonna use all of that. And actually, I'm gonna swap my gloves because I got yogurt all over them. All right, and we're gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil, and then a pinch of salt, and then we will mix it all together. And we may add a little bit more flour. We'll see like what the consistency is like. Okay. All right. Oh wait, no, wrong thing. So we have our flour, our yogurt, our olive oil, take a smidgen of salt and just bam. And then we're gonna mix it up. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna grab a fork. I'm just gonna mix it up. And it says that, recipe says until it starts to clump together. Also, the consistency of dairy-free yogurt is not quite what I was imagining. It's like not as thick as regular yogurt. Let me see if I can get any more yogurt out of our container. All right. Okay, so I don't know, oh sorry, I'm kind of not over the camera. But see how it's kind of clumpy and it's pretty thick. So now I think we're good. We're going to dust the cutting board area with the flour. And that looks good. And I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my hands. Excuse me. Whew. Okay. Now we are going to make the dough into a large ball, and then we're going to divide it into some smaller ones. And hopefully, okay, I feel like this is about the right consistency. Okay. It smells really good. Okay. So, let me get some more flour on my hands because I don't want it to stick to me. Okay, so here we go. We have our dough, and I'm going to divide it up into, since I doubled the recipe, I'm going to see if I can get 4 pieces out of this one ball. Oh, maybe I can get 5. Here we go. So, how am I doing on time? Okay, in 5 minutes I'm going to flip the potatoes. If I don't do it, remind me to flip the potatoes. I did not add any garlic to it. The recipe has not called for garlic. That may be something interesting. We'll see. But we should. Oh, I'm getting flour all over me. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we have. I don't know if you can tell, but we have our smaller balls of dough, and now I'm going to keep I'm gonna add a little bit more flour to the area because I don't want it to stick. I feel like we're doing so good so far and I don't want to mess it up at the last minute. So more flour. Then I'm gonna get the rolling pin. I really made a mess. Rolling pin is not in there. I'm gonna check over here. Aha! Got it. Okay. I forgot my apron. It's fine. I really don't think about it. It's just flour. Okay, so we're gonna roll them out. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do before I roll them out? I'm gonna get the pan on the stove. For this one, I think you can just use any frying pan and you're gonna place it in there. I grabbed a big frying pan or like pan, but you can use whatever you have. Whatever works. And something that I find interesting is that the website that I've gotten the recipe from says you don't have to put oil in the pan first. So in a second, I'm just going to heat it up and then just put the bread in. That's what it tells me to do. So, we shall see. And it says that you want to put it into, like, put the dough into a very hot pan. So, we'll give it a second to heat up. I'm going to do that now. Okay. Also, I'm going to put some flour on this, and then you're gonna roll it out. Oh no, it's still sticking. No! Everyone hold please for a minute. Why are we sticking to this? Okay. I'm going to add some more flour to it because I don't want it to get sticky like that. Okay. Honestly, this might be a very weird shaped piece of naan bread. We'll be okay with it. We'll be okay with it as long as it is tastes good. I'm okay with whatever it decides to look like. Dear goodness. Okay, you can just be added to another ball. I'm done with you. I feel like a real baker because I'm making a mess with flour. So, if you didn't make a mess, then did you really do any baking? That's the question. Okay. The recipe says you want to like roll it out till it's about 5 millimeters thick. I'm not gonna lie, I really have no concept of what 5 millimeters is, so mine may be a little thicker, a little thinner. We'll see. Okay, actually, I'm gonna split this one up because it's like a very long piece we got going on, so I think I'm gonna cut it in half. Okay. Do I want oil on my hands or flour on my hands to make it not stick? I thought flour, but I could be wrong. Okay. Let me just... Oops, nope, I'm not going to do that. Okay, what's the best way to transfer? Oh, thank you. Reminder for the potatoes. So what we're going to do now is just flip the potatoes over and we're going to add some more water. So we'll flip the potatoes and then we're going to add, I believe, we're going to add 2 more cups. Let me see. Two more cups of water. Let me get a plate. Alright, so now we flip the potatoes and we're going to give them 15 more minutes. And I'm going to attempt to add this to the pan that is already heated up. Let me check. Yeah, that feels pretty warm. And okay, I'm gonna start with this one. This is making me nervous. Okay. No! Let me just pinch the edges back together where it's split. Okay. I'm just gonna like go throw it in the pan. That's really all I know to do. This is sticking. Okay. Everyone, this is a learning experience. Here we go. I'm gonna re-roll this one out. You can try it again in a second. I'm done. Okay. Let's try another one. Take 2, right? Honestly, if all else fails, I may just go buy some naan bread. But I want to try it first. Let me read it again. Maybe I'm missing an important thing. Okay. Here we go. You know what? Maybe I'm going to skip the rolling pin, and just do it with my hands. That feels like a good move to be at this moment. Okay. Okay. It's trying very hard, but it's not cooperating. We're gonna get there. Do 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 do. Bow 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 bow. Do 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 do. Honestly, maybe I'll go smaller and they'll just be like little bites of naan. You know what I'm saying? I think that's fine. We'll see how this goes. Alright, I want you. Let's see. We are the champions, my friends. Whoops. Oh, look, it's bread. It did it. It did it. Okay, y'all. Look, it's bread. I'm still not sure why it said don't put oil in the pan because it got really smoky and I was a little scared for a second. But look, it looks, I think right. I hope right. I really hope you're okay and edible. Yay! Okay, now I just have to do it again for all of these. Woo! Oh my gosh, it's so smoky in here. Okay, I'm gonna turn the fan on. I don't want to start a fire. Okay. Alright. That's so much smoke. Okay. I am nervous about the rest of these because that was a lot of smoke from just one. But it says don't put oil in the thing, but I just feel like it needs a little bit to not be so smoky. I'm gonna break the rules and add just a little bit. Okay. Okay. It does kind of look like pan-fried cornbread. Except it's not like, well actually I don't know if that's like thick cornbread or thin cornbread, but this is pretty thin. Whew, that was terrifying. Okay. Doing it again. Those are pieces that got burnt. Okay. how this goes again. We're gonna do our best. Okay. I feel like this is the moment where I would benefit from knowing what 5 millimeters is. But we're just past the point of no return. We're gonna deal with it. Actually, this one's looking pretty good. Maybe thicker is the better thing. This one's sticking together better. All right. I got 2 pieces. Okay, so I accidentally split that piece into 2 pieces. We're gonna go with it. Thank you, Nanny. I'm busy trying not to burn things in here. And let's see, what's going on? Yeah, metric. What's the rest of the world thinking? Don't they know we don't use metric units? Adding the oil, it does take it a little bit longer to cook, but you know, I'm okay with it taking a little bit longer if it means it doesn't smell like a fire in here, so. Gonna see if I can cut into a potato. full attention so that you don't accidentally burn things. So that is why I'm over the stove the whole time, because that makes me nervous. I don't really know how this is gonna taste, but it's looking similar to what it's supposed to look like, so I will claim that as a victory. Okay, also, I checked the potatoes while I was over there, and I'm gonna give them a few more minutes to keep cooking. Okay. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, I'll swap the pans. It's just that the brown pan is small, like it doesn't have as much of an area to cook in. Sorry, it's very smoky and I'm very distracted by it. So I don't want to like set off an alarm or anything. But that would just be an exciting stream if I set off the fire alarm. What am I doing? be in pieces. That's fine. This may not look good, but maybe it will taste better than it looks. That might be the situation we're working with. Okay. Oh, we are breaking apart. Why are you doing this? Okay. I'm gonna set that one aside. We're just gonna keep moving forward. This one looks promising. Oh. I may not have had that turned up enough, but it's fine. Oh, something that you can do to the bread after it's finished, the recipe says you can drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil, and then if you want to put like parsley or coriander or like some seasoning on top, you can. Okay. I'm going to check the potatoes while that's going. So potatoes are still going, but they're just about done. And then the bread is taking its time. Just gonna leave it for a minute. And hopefully it turns out okay. Let's see. Well, just waiting for a second. Oh, so the other day with one of my sessions, we decided we would make up what we call a tell your bison story on vacation. We have a bison story on vacation. We saw a bison at Yellowstone. It was walking down the road. Is that the story you're talking about? I don't know. But anyways, there was like traffic one day in Yellowstone. We're like, what's going on? And a bison was just like chilling in the road. And then it like walked down the like row of cars like it was like on a catwalk or something. It was very impressive. We just stayed in our car to take pictures. I ain't messing with the bison for a picture. Some people were out of their cars and I was like, this sounds dangerous. Let's see, another story. So I was working with the like young guys group at my internship, and we were creating stories, and some of these friends had some very innovative stories. One was about Patrick from SpongeBob, and Patrick wanted a Krabby Patty. SpongeBob wouldn't let him, and a lot of the stories did not end up having happy endings because they were like, we want to be true to real life, and sometimes in real life you don't get what you want, which I thought was a very mature response. So in the story, Patrick did not get the Krabby Patty, and he survived. Think of another story that was told. Let's see. One person was very creative and he really liked Minecraft, so his story was all about Minecraft, which was like a whole world that I didn't really know anything about. So it's on like medium high, and so that's okay with me. I'd rather not burn it. So it's medium high. It's on like 7 on the scale or whatever. See if one of these are ready to go. Oops. With the potatoes, I'm gonna kind of switch gears and go back to the potatoes. Once they have cooked enough and they're soft enough, you can start mashing them with a fork, and that kind of just thickens up the stew, if you will. basically that's the whole thing with the potatoes. And add the seasonings, which probably I will add some more just for to be on the safe side. But yep, that's about it. We're gonna finish the naan bread and then finish mashing the potatoes, and we'll be about done. And I think with this recipe, if the good thing about it is if we are finished and we're like, this doesn't look like enough food, then you can easily just make a side of rice to go with it, and I think that would be fine. So we always have that as an option if we look at this and we're like, that's not as much food as we wanted. So we may end up doing that. We shall see. One, maybe best one, maybe worst one. Only time will tell. with our last piece of naan. And I've mashed up the potatoes so it's looking a bit more like stew and not like a lot of potatoes and water. So once this piece of bread finishes, I'll get the little camera and show you a close-up look. So we have our bread. Honestly, the first piece like looks the best, but you know, maybe we'll keep messing with this recipe. I'm thinking that maybe I should have gotten a little bit more yogurt, like maybe that's why it's kind of cracked and stuff, but you know, we'll see. It's a learning experience, so that's all we can ask for. But let me get the little camera. There's so much flour on the thing. Alright, here we go. Here's the bread. You know, like not quite perfect, but you know, life's not perfect. And here's the stew. I'm gonna do a little stir there. But it looks good. You can't smell it, but it smells really good. So the little black things are the little mustard seeds. Oops, sorry, there's the floor and the trash can. Alright. So I think we are done. I'm gonna just double check real fast. But this is, the potato stew is called aloo curry, and then we've got some gluten-free naan bread, and something that you can do with it is add rice if you want. We may add some rice tomorrow if I'm worried that we're not gonna have enough food. The recipe says we're done, and you can just garnish it and serve it. So that's it. Yeah, it's basically just like a stew. It's not like super thick or anything. But smashing the potatoes kind of helps thicken it up. So a very easy recipe if you're low on energy or low on time or low on money. Like, it was not that many groceries to buy, so a very good, I would say, college recipe. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you next time. that's it. Thank y'all. Have a good night.